Well, hey Scorpio, it is fixed sign weekend, and that means you and we are getting messages from your future self. I'm gonna pull quite a few cards and clarify, and we'll try to get a timestamp on when this future self is. But come along, I'll explain as we go. Let's see, we're gonna start with the good tarot, I like to use it as an oracle. So we just pull a card and then look at the bottom for the underlying energy. But in this case, we're asking, the top card is going to be, what's the situation now? And then we'll look underneath for the future. And then we'll go from there. Let's see what happens. Okay, Scorpio, what is happening now? Queen of Fire, you are in your sexiest, or there is somebody very sexy coming in right now. And by sexy, I mean she is the queen of the law of attraction. She gets what she wants. And she also usually has a little black cat, but not this one. Let's see what else. Hope this is not crooked that way. Very annoying for you. In the future, we see a Seven of Fire. Wow, very magical. It's usually a card about integrity and resistance. And this deck emphasizes integrity, being that unicorn leaping out into the wild unknown, as I feel like saying. And on the table, that Seven of Fire is leaping right towards this Queen of Fire. We also see underlying a few more cards. Quite a few more cards. Okay, so let me tell you, this is more about the future. There is some grief, a Five of Water, some loss, pain, and the Seven of Fire is turning away from that. Then we see an Ace of Water, a new beginning, divine love, self-love. Interesting, complicated future. A decision, the Two of Air. You can see she has chosen this one, but these are your thoughts. Air, it's your mind, it's swords. So we see a decision. She's looking right at this little Ace of Water. So I feel like if there's a dilemma, what is the dilemma? This is really interesting. It's like a whole story on the table for the future. And there's the Hangman. So the Hangman is a stuck waiting energy, and you're really waiting on the divine because it's not in your power to quit waiting. And we can see the relationship here between your decision, this Two of Air, and the Hangman. You're both looking away from one another. It's almost as if there's a dilemma between that you have a choice between an Ace of Water, a true heart, could be true love for yourself, could be divine love. It's a love offer. And then this Hangman, which is coming in as somebody else who's stuck and who's not seeing you. In fact, their back is turned to this Two of Air on the table. And then we see the Seven of Fire leaping towards the present, towards this Queen of Fire. So if this is you, all the relationships are turning towards and turning away from it. It feels like there's a lot of decisions and that you're having to make a decision where you let go of something really painful because somebody has been stuck, and you leap towards something really powerful and beautiful, and very compelling passion and your an emotional choice. I almost feel like because you are right now coming in as this Queen of Fire, that you're actually and you choose the Ace of Water here on the table despite the pain. It's a decision of integrity. So let me show you. So there you can see how you're leaping towards, it's almost like a Fool card, like a leap of faith. And you're leaving behind this pain. And that is what a Five of Water offers. Five of Water is one of the Scorpio cards. It's the capacity that we Scorpios have to choose to rise from the ashes of our deep sorrow. And I see that this hanged man, this stuck person, I feel like it's a stuck person, but it could be some other stuck energy that isn't seeing you correctly, because the hangman is, you hang upside down in the hangman until you see things from a new perspective. This hangman is not even looking at you. And this is coming in as you, and you're choosing the Ace of Water. In some way, I feel like you're choosing yourself here over somebody that just isn't willing to move forward. And you are already glorious today. But let's pull some more cards and see what else comes up in this story. So we're going to ask, what is this journey about? What is hidden from you? What is some advice? Like what do you want to let go of, and what do you want to embrace? It's almost like you're letting go of the hangman and you're embracing the Ace of Water here already. But we'll ask that again. And then who is this future self? And then when we clarify, or perhaps by suit we can see how far ahead this is. So if a pentacle would be earth, slow, a long ways out, whereas a wand would be like tomorrow. Okay, so let's see what is going on here and what your future self wants you to know. Okay, so we're going to pull from the Muse Tarot here. What does she say to us? So what is the journey about? This is about your ideal of love. 10 of emotions. It's emotional fulfillment, community, family. This is what this is about. That makes sense since you're choosing the Ace of Water. But what it also tells me is that your pain maybe is coming from this aspiration of a 10 of emotions, which is not you with you. It's you with a family, a partner. It's your ideal of love, of emotional fulfillment in some way. And if it isn't like personal love, it could be community, things like that. Not everybody's looking for a romantic relationship that might come here. And so now, what is hidden from you? We see the Hermit. This is the one who goes alone, looks at the past, at history, and gains wisdom from that search. The Hermit. Then we have what you need to release. The Fool, a young energy. I think this is a card of Aquarius. I also think of Aries. It could be just anybody who's like in the beginner's mind, who takes leaps of faith. So we see what's hidden is this Hermit, and then what you need to release is the Fool. It could be that you release the way that the Fool does and takes a leap of faith. The Hermit could be your energy or somebody else's, somebody reflecting on the past, looking inside. There is a solitude here as a part of this process. Like there's this ideal of being with others, and then what's hidden is like you might have some inner work to do, Scorpio, on the way to that. And it's like you're ready to take the leap of the Fool, but you're being told, at least at this moment, to release that. Maybe we'll clarify. So you're going to embrace the King of Wands, a muse of inspiration. This is a fiery alpha energy. To me, it's like be the leader of your own life energy. It could be a person who is this. We shall see. It's a much more mature, commanding energy than the Fool. Okay, remember we see this is like that leaping off the edge energy of the Fool, but that is the future. maybe that is something that right now you're supposed to wait on. So we got, who is this future self and when are they? And they are far ahead. They are the muse of materials. So this future self is the King of Pentacles. Very slow, very rich, very practical, very stable future self. Here. Interesting. What's going on the bottom here? There's an ending. That's it. The world. An ending and a beginning. All right, Scorpio. This is a big, complicated story here. And I'm going to just keep on pulling cards and we'll see what emerges as we keep going. So this is a journey. The cards are telling me about your 10 of emotions. You can see this community under this this icon that represents, it's almost like a spirituality, like a spiritual journey. And I think this Hermit also causes me to think that, as does this Ace of Cups. It's like this divine love. It feels very spiritual. And it's this looking at the past that has hurt and showing integrity in that. So there's something in the past, and well, let's clarify. We'll find out more. What is this 10 of emotions? This emotional fulfillment, Scorpio, that feels spiritual. It doesn't feel, I think because of the imagery here, it feels like bigger than just your family, right? Even bigger than your community, but it is a community that is spiritually bonded. So let's see. A 2 of Pentacles, that's a very practical kind of balancing earth energy, with a 3 of Pentacles, that is like the Queen of Wands energy. This is a building with others, making a vision real in the world, more earth. And there's your Hermit, looking inside to your inner light like the little tortoise here. That's right, this is what's hidden from you. So there's this journey that you're on, and it's about finding balance between working with others and building with others and your very solitary life that is really not hidden from you, but I think it's hidden from whoever this is, but it's related very much to your participation in this spiritual life. So I sort of see a balance between the very practical everyday and this deeper spiritual work. And this is this Hermit here is in the place of what's hidden, Scorpio. And I don't actually think it's hidden from you. I think it's invisible to others. So, but let's see. Let me clarify. Interesting. Okay. The 3 of Cups. Your friendships, your heart people. And another, your vision. The 2 of Wands. A vision. And the Daughter of Cups, just like a young, emotional, flirty, light, friendly energy. So the Hermit has a vision. It's emotional. In some way, it's like you have to reflect back on when you were young, on your youth, and on your friendships and your connections when you were younger. This is like, yeah, there's a kind of that Daughter of Cups. It's like when young and lightweight kind of. And so there's something that you have to understand about the past and how you saw the present or the future as a young person. You had And you're reflecting on that in the Hermit. And it causes you to need to release this young fool energy, this sort of leap of faith, or maybe to release yourself to that. Let's see. There's the World. There's that ending. It's a very opposite end of the journey from the Fool. It says the Fool is the beginning and the World is the ending. And there's the Father of Swords, that very wise, good-hearted, intellectual, thoughtful. The Father of Swords is, when I read your cards, it's about wisdom. And the wisdom is in that rainbow sword that represents the truth, that wisdom, and justice. And to be just with that wisdom. And there's something here about remembering that you're already complete. You're good as you are. There's that kind of meaning in this deck, in that card. And thirdly, what else? The Emperor. That is more Aries energy, more of that alpha, decisive, being the leader of your own life. There's a lot of maturity here in this release energy. So you're supposed to embrace this very fiery alpha energy too. The King or the Muse of Inspiration, or King of Wands is really what that card is. This kind of James Bond imagery here. The Lovers. A decision. Also, you're that kind of person that you connect with on all levels. A Four of Cups, which is a small worldview that everything you've seen emotionally has been disappointing. It's similar energy to this Five of Water, although this is a lot more painful. The fives, passageways, but the Four of Cups is looking at the lovers with a ho-hum, been there, done that on the table here. And thirdly, the Magician. So that remembering that you're the leader of your own life, which is that Muse of Inspiration, but also you're the Magician. You have all the tools, and all you need to do is use them to manifest the world that you want to live in. So if we think of the Lovers as a choice between I can't, which is that Four of Cups, and the Magician, which is I can do anything. The Muse of Inspiration is this. I feel like it's simple. Like, choose to know that you can make the world that you want to live in. And this is your advice from this very practical future self. And so remember, like, you have this image of building with others, of balance, of earthy, of an earthy basis for this kind of community. So if I were to give you a scenario for what this is about, Scorpio, it would be you are seeking others to build with. And it's very transformative. Like, even though this Two of Pentacles is so much about balance and even juggling, the butterfly and the rainbow symbol of infinity here adds meaning to this, so that it has a component to it about being very transformative and this sort of infinite earthy relationship. And then this card always causes me to think of the sacred mountain here in Flagstaff, where I live, that we live under this sacred mountain. And so this for me is a journey about these earthly concerns that are very significant and very spiritual, and that your journey is about looking inward and remembering your relationship, not with other people, but with your planet. And then when we get ahead to your advice, where we get this Muse of Inspiration, the Lovers, and the Magician, it's like, choose to know that you have the tools within you. The Hermit being here twice tells you that you have these tools. And because this causes me to think of you remembering what you knew when you were young, right? So So when you were young, when you still believed in magic, and you believed there was magic in the world, that is there for you to access. And the magician reiterates that for me. So what you're releasing, this Fool, this ending, this Father of Swords, this Emperor, it's very, I'm not yet clear about what that is, but give me a moment. Let's see, your future self is this very practical muse of materials. Earthly again, so it's that same earth energy. It's a King of Pentacles. Let's see. This is your future self. It's like you're rich. What does it mean to be rich? It doesn't mean necessarily, and as I've been looking at cards, like everybody's revising what they mean by the sun, by what happiness and emotional satisfaction means for them. And there's a little bit of that here. Like, what is your emotional ideal? That this is about discovering this. So here we see you in the future. Ooh, the Devil. Okay. That's like addiction. It's voices in your head that tell you you can't, that you're not good enough. It's codependence. So then we see you changing your mind. This is giving up old thoughts and going towards that rainbow, that new paradigm. And wow, the Wheel of Fortune. So there's a changing of your mind, right? And that's what this Hangman is about. I think, so the Wheel of Fortune just says there's change. It looks like you change your mind in the future. And it's not soon. Like I said, like it's the Pentacles here. It's the slowest card. So it would mean like ahead. Like what numbers we have here on the cards are 15, 6, and 10. So big numbers, 6 years, 6 months, anywhere in there. I don't really know. But what I see, your future self is someone who has faced the thoughts inside that are self-defeating, and that this has led to a change of fortune. And so whatever those thoughts are, and they could be very personal, and like you deal with your addiction, you deal with your codependence, or they could be like the bigger thoughts about I can't, I'm not the magician, right? This kind of thought process, like I might as well not even try. Everything always ends up terrible. But there's something about the way that you go about this that is different, because I can see like in the past, you've gone about it like this Fool, like just kind of taking a leap, taking a big risk. And then this is over, right? This is over because you have accessed some new wisdom that has informed you as the leader of your own life here. And we can see that you are already, right now, this is you, Queen of Fire. You're fully in your power. You know you're incredible. You know you can make the world that you want to see. But there is some pain in the past that you need to know who you are, and sort of, it's like in the past you took a leap and it didn't work out, and so now you have to stop letting that defeat in the past shape your life, and you have to just choose again, because we have the choice on the table here twice of the Two of Air and the Lovers. You have to again choose to act as if you are the leader of your life. The Emperor and the Muse of Inspiration are here twice. The Hermit here twice says, when you look to what you knew when you were little. So it's almost like your future self is telling you, look to your past to remember what you believed you could do and what you know today you can do, and release these self-defeating thoughts that keep you from taking this leap. Shift away from being stuck. Change your mind. There's a couple cards here, the Hangman and the Six of swords that say change how you think about things, quit any kind of defeatist attitude that might keep you from building this. It's some kind of beautiful, spiritual, real world concept that you want to make real. You know, because we got magicians, Queen of Wands, we got the Three of Pentacles, we've got the Ten of Cups. This is all about making something real in the world. And you've tried already and it didn't work out. It ended, is what I think. And when it ended, you got wise from it. You have to accept the ending, believe that you are whole and you have everything and you're complete. And then you go forward with this justice, with this truth, with this wisdom. And that is not easy to do, Scorpio. But it looks like it results in a change of fortune here on some level, in some area of your life. And from the very personal relationship, you know, like, and so like going back to what we said in the beginning, if you're choosing a new beginning with yourself, with loving yourself, and the lovers show up here as something that you embrace, and you're turning away from a stuck energy that's not available to you because they don't see you, the way that this hanged man is looking away from you here as the Two of Air in the future, right? So that could be something that's coming up for you in your future on a personal level. I see this reading, Scorpio, as potentially that simple and that personal, or bigger, a bigger sense of building something really powerful and spiritual and earth-centered in your love. That is my work. So take or leave what resonates. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and let me know. This is a really cool reading. Let me see what's going on the bottom here. Just a couple cards, very beautiful. So the counterpart here of your future self, who's coming in very, very abundant, very practical. And we see that's the king, here's the queen, the mother. This loving, nurturing energy, and this is the safe home with lots of beautiful earth energy, but also energy of self-sovereignty in this reading here, of being the leader of your own life. And there's an earth loving vision that you want to make real in the world, or a vision of love in the more specific personal sense. It causes you to have to grieve and let go of something that has really disappointed you. But when you do that, you get to leap out and fortune turns in your favor. So beautiful, awesome, good news. Let me know. Have a great day.